you make a lot of money. You get to enjoy dental care, health insurance, paid vacation, tuition reimbursements from the 2 jobs. The first one, you have to be mentally ready for the stress and the downsides and the drawbacks and everything that comes with having 2 jobs. Be ready to lose weight. Just be ready. Be ready. The more your income increases, the more your taxes. So just be ready to pay tax. Okay? Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Yemisi. I am an international student living in Canada, precisely in Regina, Saskatchewan, and I make videos about my life. I make videos about my studies. I make video about immigration, coming down to Canada as a student. So if this is the content that you love, then definitely keep on watching. So guys, recently I moved down to Regina from Saskatoon and I've gotten a lot of messages, and I try to clarify in one of the videos. I'm going to link it somewhere here, where I told you guys why I moved down to Regina. And basically I moved down because I got a summer job. I worked 2 jobs because I retained my part-time job and I still have this full-time job. So a lot of people have asked me, how do you combine these 2 together? Because in my vlogs I mentioned a lot that, oh, I have 2 jobs, and you guys see how I go during the weekdays to the first job, to the summer job, and how I also go weekends to the other job, which is my part-time job. So I'm going to tell you something that you know already. If you need an additional stream of income, then you should consider getting a second job. And it has its pros and its cons, and I'm here to tell you what people don't tell you about working 2 jobs, even as a student in Canada. By the way, I'm an international student. I'm still a student, and I just finished my classes yesterday. Juggling 2 jobs and my coursework were not the easiest, I can tell you for sure. So in case you see me looking down, I wrote a couple of things here just so that I do not forget anything. The first one I have on my list for pros is you make a lot of money. It is no doubt that when you work 2 jobs, of course, you make more than what you should have earned if you were working just 1 job. So if you don't know already, you get paid bi-weekly, and except if it's like a permanent job, that's when you get paid monthly, like salary. But commonly we have the hourly jobs in Canada, which you get paid bi-weekly, especially if it's a non-permanent job. So this leads me to the next point. The next point is you have money to meet your demands, your needs, your expenses. So in the first place, for you to consider getting a second job, it must be that you want to like foot some bills, right? Some people take up second job just because they have a holiday vacation that is coming up, maybe in like months to come, and they decide to work just so that they can foot that bill. Some people just probably want to buy something luxurious for themselves, or even tuition, like that's the common one. A lot of students have 2 jobs just because they're trying to pay some of their tuition. If you don't know already, when you are in summer, like when you are in your scheduled break, you can work more than 20 hours, but during school session, then you can only work 20 hours. So right now we are in summer, and that's why I can work more than 1 job. And trust me, some people even work 2, 3, 4 jobs. I'm not recommending that, but I know that for sure the common one is people taking up 2 jobs. The third one is you are able to develop numerous skills. So for instance, if you have this particular job, there might be a software application that you use. In the second job, you might have a second application that you use. So it's basically you just, being able to develop different skills from the 2 jobs, and that means a whole lot, because in Canada, if you are very diverse in your skills, then you get a lot of job options for you to pick up, and also it adds to your resume. It also makes one understand that, oh, you're hardworking and you are able to like work in a probably fast-paced environment, all of those things. So it just makes you to have additional skill sets and also have a lot of experiences from 2 different fields, because I know that majority of the times when you get 2 jobs, it's not usually like the same field. The fourth one on my list is when you have 2 jobs, you're able to expand your network. So say for instance, when I started working in my previous job, which is my part-time job, I had fellow Nigerians, or let's just say fellow people that were working with me, not only Nigerians, like I met a lot of Africans there, and trust me, I've built like good networks. We talk about, oh, how we are trying to do this, you know, people just share ideas, and before you know it, you're building good relationships, people that just exposes you to what you don't know before, or what you would not have thought of. So it's just very good, because the more you work in different places, the more you meet different people and just broaden your network. The fifth one on my list is you get additional benefits. I'm going to look down for this one. Basically, there are some companies that do profit sharing. Some do not. So for instance, my part-time job, they do profit sharing. So basically what that means is every year, or maybe every 6 months, I can't remember right now, they share profit amongst the employees, so you get to enjoy that. Okay, some companies do not, so it's just like you balancing it up, right? You get to enjoy dental care, health insurance, paid vacation, tuition reimbursements from the two jobs. That's if they both have that option. So I'm going to talk quickly about this tuition reimbursement. So basically, there are some companies that you work for. I'll say that this is very common among like stores. Like if you work in a store, you get the offer of tuition reimbursement, which means that they'll foot your tuition if you meet a particular percentage. But then there is usually a clause to it. So some can tell you, when we foot your bills, then you have to stay here for 1 year with us. So irrespective of the fact that you get a job somewhere else, you have to work here, like you have to stay back here, or you pay back the money. So I mean, it helps some people. It helps some people to just pay their tuition and just, you know, have peace of mind and having to like worry about their tuition. So yeah, you also get to enjoy those additional benefits. The sixth one is some people get employee discounts where they work. So this is very common in the retail industry. If you work in places like, say, Walmart or like different stores, you get to enjoy, not all stores, but then most stores, you get to enjoy employee discount. So basically, if they're selling something at say $5, you probably get like 10% off, 15% off. This is also very common in stores where they sell clothes. And I know that there are some food chain industries whereby you enjoy free lunch. So yeah, it helps you to, you know, not to worry about like expenses in those areas. The next point that I have for you is working two jobs tells something about you. It helps with switching career and also cross-learning, and it's also good for your resume. So I mentioned this already. If you have two jobs, you are able to develop different skills from those jobs, and it helps you to be sellable. Because if, for instance, you are someone that wants to say work in a particular company, and then you get like an internship opportunity there, or like maybe just a job, like a part-time job there, it helps you to know if you really want to go into that industry or like work with that organization. It helps to ease your ability to switch your career as well. So the next one on my list is there is a sense of job security. So basically, if you have two jobs, then you're able to have a sense of security that, oh, if you lose one, you still have one, other than when you just have one job and you're like, okay, this is everything I have to. Of course, you have to put in your best in all your jobs, right? But you never can tell. Some jobs may just want to lay off because they're not making profits. So in that instance, when you get laid off in one, you have the other one. So guys, I just told you all the pros, and yes, I know we love to hear the benefit of something, but we definitely have to also know the downsides of having two jobs. The first one is you have to be mentally ready for the stress and the downsides and the drawbacks and everything that comes with having two jobs. So basically, you might have poor communications with your friends and families. You might get home and just have constant fatigue or experience high level of stress. Guys, this is my reality. I'm not even gonna lie. It's definitely not easy, because sometimes when you have this job, the following, like the weekend, you're supposed to rest, you are going off to another job. Sometimes some people even work like immediately after their job. So like maybe say on a weekday you work from 8 to 5 in a particular organization. Some people still work from like 5:30 to 10 or 9. Anyway, so that is one of the downsides of having two jobs. Be ready to lose weight. Just be ready. Be ready. Second one is you pay high taxes. So Canada uses the progressive tax system, meaning you pay tax as your income increases. If you're not careful, sometimes you might even be owing the tax credits. I don't really know how to explain this, but of course if you go online you would understand what I'm saying. But what I can explain is, if you're working more than I know as at last year 2021, if you earn about $49,020 and below, then you get taxed 15%. But when it's higher, then what they charge is 15% on the first $49,020 and then 20.5% on the next $49,020. It depends. So if you're earning like say 100,000 per year, you get charged 15% of the first $49,020, then 20.5% of the next $49,020. That's 98,040, right? So you still have like 1,000 plus, right? So the next one that will be charged on that will be 26%, if I'm not mistaken. The more your income increases, the more your taxes. So just be ready to pay tax, okay? The next one is you're tempted to spend more. So I'll advise that you have a good tracker for your expenses. For now, what I use is my bank app. I already have a target for my transportation, my clothing, my groceries, that's my food, my miscellaneous. So if I exceed that limit, then I get a warning from my bank. But if I do not get to that limit, then I get like a congratulatory message from my bank. So you can as well have like different, there are so many expense trackers online, trust me. So this one should be very easy for you. So you can be tempted to spend more because you're like, oh, you get paid almost every week, and that can also make you forget the reason why you started in the first place. Like I said earlier, sometimes some people start because they want to pay their tuition bills, they want to meet some expenses, like crucial expenses. So don't be tempted, don't be tempted. The next one on my list is it may be difficult for you to focus on your academics because body no be firewood, trust me. When you get home sometimes, because you work around the clock basically, some people get home like say 9-10 p.m. like I said, and the next day in the morning around 5 a.m. they're already awake. I hope you guys have been hearing me. Just realized that my microphone has been under my cloth. The next morning they wake up again and they start working just the same way like the previous day. So it's very, very easy to start having low attention on your academics, which is the main reason why you came here in the first place. So be careful, be careful. Try to have a lot of friends that motivates you. See, sometimes when I talk about friendship or like having the necessary friends around you, I mean it, because sometimes you get home, you're tired, and you just have a friend that will just brush through whatever you guys are supposed to submit, and that kind of like helps you to even have like a starting point and just not, you know, being thrown in a big ditch. I'll tell you to be very careful because it's very easy for you to start swaying away from your academics, and that kind of affects your academic performance. The next one is it may be difficult to show good performance in the two jobs simultaneously. So it better not be the high paying job. I'm just joking, but you better try to maintain a good performance in the two jobs. So be careful. It's so easy for you to get to work in maybe your first job, and because it's probably in the morning, you are very energetic, and then maybe the second job is like in the evening or weekends and your body is already like all over the place, like you're tired. So sometimes it affects your performance. You might not even know. It might be unconsciously, it might be gradually, and probably start getting like a, oh buddy, what's wrong? Are you okay? You want some time off, or should we send you away? So you have to be careful. The last but not the least is one of the jobs may be demanding more of your free time. So this one, I am going to explain my scenario here. The two jobs I work one during the week, the second one weekend. But because I have just Saturday and Sunday for the second job, which is my part-time job at the moment, sometimes they request more than the 16 hours that I'm working, which I might not be able to give because I don't have a car. And you know, it's still a bit easier for people that have a car to like give their availability, say after work. Like I explained earlier, like say 5:30 when you finish your first job at 5. But I can't because I don't have a car. So it's not easy for me. And sometimes just because you cannot meet up with their availability, they might have to tell you goodbye. But I'll say that I'm lucky to have people that understand. So I just explained to them like, oh sorry, I can't because of this, that, because of boss, because of this, and they were very understanding, which helped me. So guys, I hope that I've been able to dissect everything that you need to know, because it choke it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and let me know other questions I have in the comment section. I'll try to see if I can get the federal tax rate, because the tax rate I mentioned earlier is the federal tax rate. So I'll try to see if I can get a link somewhere, and I'll put it in the description box for you guys. In case I forget, please draw my attention to it. All right, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.